It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? With a bottle. I've been thinking about you since yesterday. We had such a good time together, didn't we? And today I just borrowed an extra bottle. Listen. I have a lot more in the kitchen that sound differently, but this doesn't have anything in it. And I'll just blow it and make a little music. Did you ever do that? Let's go see the other ones, all right? Lots of bottles in the kitchen. There's some, and here's some. And I need some fruit juice to fill into this one. We're going to make a musical instrument. Just with bottles. Now first I have to try these last two that I did. Now we have to put some fruit juice in here and then get the last note, and then we'll be ready. Scientifically experimenting. Let's see. Too high. Oh. Too high. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Now we'll put them right in order. Now you see this one doesn't have any in it, and this one has a little bit, and this a little more, and on they go. Sort of like the pipes in an organ. They go. Okay. Now remember that song, Tree, 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 that we sometimes sing together? Let's try playing that on here. You sing that part, we love you, yes we do, we love you, and I'll play it, all right? Good. Now let's start at the real high note and do boom, 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 boom. Okay? if you can't do it right away. No, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I practiced a while before I came. Now I'd like you to see these very same notes on the piano. Ready? Into the other room for the piano. Now you don't play the piano with your mouth. What do you play the piano with? Your fingers. Okay, here are the same notes on the piano. But you don't have to play just one note because you have a lot of fingers. So you just have one mouth, so you can play just one note on there, on the bottles. But lots of fingers, so lots of notes on the piano together. Let's ask picture, what kind of instrument it likes the best, okay? Wonder what it'll say. Picture on the wall, will you kindly show us all what kind of instrument you like the best? A tuba. Well, that's sort of an umpapa kind of an instrument, isn't it? But it can do a lot of things. One is coming now. You mean right now, here? Now. That must be a tuba at the door. Oh, hi, Mr. McDonald. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Rogers.
Glad to see you. Come in. Picture said you were on your way. I'd like you to meet Mr. McDonald, who is a tuba player in our neighborhood. Won't you sit down? Oh, what a big instrument. I haven't been close to a tuba for a long time.
Well, I wanted you to see this instrument and hear me play a few numbers.
I'd like to hear them. How much does it weigh?
This instrument weighs about 25 pounds.
Boy, that's about as much as a 2-year-old person weighs. Heavy instrument. And it has buttons that you press down.
And a mouthpiece. And a bell. Let me play a few notes.
Would you play? Boy, it can really go low, can't it? But it does a lot more than hum-pa-pa, doesn't it?
Oh, the tuba has a rich, deep voice, and they're really fun to play.
Good. Would you tell me about how you make the sound?
Well, to play a tuba, first of all, we have to make a special kind of vibration with our lips. And then all we would do, call it a buzz.
A buzz. Hey, that's great. And then the vibration goes into that part.
Well, this is the mouthpiece, and it acts just like the funnel you'll use on your fruit juice.
I see.
The vibrations would go through it into the instrument, then the instrument would amplify or make larger the vibrations and give us our sound.
I see. Pop. Great, Pop goes the weasel. Well, now I know that there's some very serious things that you play because you play with the symphony orchestra and the orchestra for the opera. What's one of your favorite things to play on the
My
tuba?
favorite tuba solo is the tuba part from the Meistersinger Overture by Wagner. And it's really a story about a very musical city. This city is so musical that when they have a song festival, the entire town would close down work and the shopkeepers would put on their very ceremonial, beautiful robes and have a parade to the concert hall where they would listen to the music. And they used the tuba to portray this type of atmosphere, the dignified, stately march that they used to go in the robes to the concert hall.
Oh, good. I'd like to hear it from the Meistersinger. Well, the tuba certainly can play a lot of beautiful sounds.
Well, I'm going to have to go to a rehearsal.
Oh, are you rehearsing that now?
I'm going to have to leave right now, and we are going to rehearse that. But
Oh, good.
I hope I can come back sometime soon.
Oh, I wish you would, Mr. McDonald. Let's say thanks to Mr. McDonald, okay, for coming. Thank you, Mr. McDonald. We like learning about the tuba. Big thing. Bye-bye. Have a good rehearsal. Mr. McDonald and all those musicians spending all that time to give us a lot of pleasure. Yes, 'cause they practice hard to play well. Yeah. Look at that, Trolley. Just about to look for you in the telescope, and you came in right away. How are you today? Good. We'd like to go to the neighborhood with you. We've been playing a tuba. Yeah. Would you take us in, please? To the neighborhood of Make-Believe. See what's going on in there today.
Trolley, have you heard the news? Well, it's great. You know, Digger de Gorham, the famous archaeologist, is coming to explore some parts of our neighborhood. Yes, well, she's the one who's always digging into things, you know. King Friday thought that maybe she could help find the red monster. No, nobody around here has seen any such thing. Hey, by the way, have you? Well, it's certainly going to be an exciting time having Digger de Gorham around here. Bye, Trolley. Boy, this is a special day. Today is a very special day. A very, very, very special day. A very, 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 very special day.
Why? Why is it?
Why? Because Digger de Gorham, the famous archaeologist, is coming to our neighborhood to explore.
Digger de Gorham?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Today is a very special day. It is
A very, very, very special day.
Ray, ray, ray.
A very, 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 very special day.
Oh, I remember her so well.
Oh, do you know her, Daniel?
Oh, the last time she came, she found a mound. It was called a tell.
A tell.
Yeah, and in that tell were plans for building a museum.
Plans for building a museum? You
Yeah.
mean like our museum?
Well, it was, and so we just built the museum go-round.
Oh, has she seen it? I mean, since it's been finished?
Not since it's finished,
Oh,
no.
that's marvelous. She'll be surprised to see it.
You know, she usually goes all around the world digging in places with her
usually.
patiche.
Her what?
Her patiche.
Her patiche?
Yes, it's a short-handled pick. It's sort of handy for digging.
Oh, and she uses it for her work.
Yeah.
How
and
do you say it again?
Patiche.
Petiche.
Patiche.
Petiche.
That's right.
Petiche.
Very good.
Oh,
young
here she
man.
is now.
Very good.
Hi,
But
Digger de
how did
Gorham.
you know this was a petiche without even looking at it?
Why, Daniel told me, ma'am.
Sure, I remember you so well with your patiche.
And how is my favorite tame tiger?
Oh, I'm grand, Digger de Gorham. How are you?
I'm strapping.
Oh,
I'm
that's
strapping.
grand. Miss, I'd like you to meet Mr. Negri.
Where is he?
No, I'm he, ma'am.
Of course,
Yes,
of course,
nice to know
of
you.
course.
Yeah.
And what do you do around here?
Well, I'm the handyman for King Friday. I do just about anything that has to be done.
He does.
Glorious identity. And how is the Majesty?
Oh, well, he's as well as ever.
That's right. He's just a grand person.
I suppose I better go and check in with him. He likes that, you know.
Yes, I do know. Listen, I'd be glad to go and make an appointment for you if you'd want me to.
Oh, I'd be so glad if you would, dear. You know, that pineapple can always confuses me so.
Me too. I
Will
know
you
what
do
you
that
mean.
for me?
I'd be happy to, and I'll be back in just a flash.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's a good idea to check in with the king right away.
It certainly is, Tiger.
Yes?
And it's so nice for me to be back here among old friends again.
Oh, I suppose you still dig a lot, don't you?
Oh, of course, I'll always be a digger.
Sure.
I am a digger. Oh, how I love to dig. I dig and dig and dig and dig. I dig just like a pig. For when you're a digger, the bigger that you get, the more you have to cover up just so you don't get wet.
Of course.
Yes, I'm always a digger.
Oh, that must be great to be in a profession that you can just dig. I know a lot of children who love to dig.
Yes, children love digging. They love digging on the seashore, and they love digging in the sand, and they love digging in the soil.
Sure, and in the mud. And, you know, I know a lot of people who are grown-up children, and they have to cover themselves up a lot more because they're digging.
That's right, and the bigger they are, the more they have to cover up.
Right. Have you been all over the world since we saw you last?
Well, not quite, but I've been a good way over.
Good
A
for
good
you.
way. And I'm exploring tunnels now.
Oh, tunnels. Oh, we've got a couple tunnels where the trolley goes in and out.
Yes, I remember the trolley. I'm looking forward to seeing the trolley again going into its tunnel.
Oh, that's great. And let me see that petiche of yours again.
There it is, you
Oh,
see?
I always thought of that little thing.
With a sharp pointed end
Yeah,
and a long sharp end.
of course. Yeah.
Dig like this and rake like this.
Oh, King Friday going to be so glad to see you. I guess he sent for you, didn't he?
He sent for me, and Joe has gone to make an appointment for me.
Right. Oh, here he comes now. There comes Joe. Hi, did you get it?
Well, yes, I sure did.
Good.
And they're all anxious to see you. In fact, your appointment is in 12 1/2 seconds.
Well, that doesn't give us very much time, does it, Daniel?
No,
Well, I'll go off with Joe now. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
I'll see you later.
all right, we'll have more time to visit later.
I
Bye,
hope so.
Daniel.
Bye, Joe.
Here's our museum. Go
This
around.
is the museum.
Completed? I understand you had a little part in the plans.
Oh, I certainly did. I found the plans for that
See how
museum.
nicely it works.
And it really goes round.
Yes, it sure does.
Well, isn't that beautiful?
You'll have to visit it later on.
Oh, I really must, and see all the artifacts I found.
And
Now,
here's-
this is where Mr. Owl lives.
Mr. X the Owl, and that's
Yeah.
his home right there.
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
He's
and-
well. He's always
well.
still kicking.
And what about Henrietta?
Oh, she's a dear.
Still carrying on her school?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
I
She's
love
doing very well.
pussycats.
And here, of course, is Cornelius's factory.
Corny's factory, yes, yes. Still going full speed ahead?
Yeah, all the time.
Good.
He's a worker, that one.
Good, good. I like work.
And here we are at
Here
the castle.
we are at the castle.
Digger de Gorham, I presume.
Correct as always, Your Majesty.
Salve magistra.
Salve Rex. You never forget your Latin, do you?
How could one forget Latinum?
But what about your tunnels, Your Majesty?
I have summoned you, Digger de Gorham, to explore our tunnel.
Something about a red monster.
There is some talk about such.
Yes.
Well, I shall need special equipment.
You will have whatever you need, de Gorham. Simply ask Mr. Negri here. He is authorized to furnish you with all, I say, that is necessary.
Certainly, sir.
Good. Then I'll talk to you about equipment, Joe.
Fine.
Exactly. But first, let me ask you, do you still dig so much?
Oh, yes, I'm still a digger, Your Majesty.
Good.
I am a digger. Oh, how I love to dig. I dig and dig and dig and dig. I dig just like a pig.
Good.
For when you're a digger, the bigger that you get, the more you have to cover up, just so you don't get wet. Yes, I am a digger.
Good for you, Digger DeGorm, but I'd like you to get your insides a little wet in my tea room. I'd like you to come to tea.
In the tea room.
You have an excellent memory, Digger DeGorm.
Well, I like the letter T. You
Yes.
see, it looks like my petiche.
Oh, of course.
Look at that.
Across the
Petite.
top and down the middle like the letter T.
Right?
So it does. A superb idea. And now, after you talk about equipment, I shall see you in the tea room.
I'll be
Farewell,
there,
Digger.
Your Majesty.
What would you need, Mr.
Now,
Gorham?
we'll need sandbags,
Some sandbags,
large and small.
both sizes, right?
We'll need shovels,
Shovels
spades.
and spades, of course.
Oh, and beams,
Oh, beams?
wooden beams.
What size? Large ones?
Well, various sizes.
various sizes, all right.
Yes,
Various
yes,
size
yes.
beams.
And then we'll need some picks,
Some picks,
Yes.
of course.
and we'll need wheelbarrows and things to carry all the dirt away.
Wheelbarrows, of course. All right, Mr. Gorham, I will have all this equipment for you just as soon as you're ready.
Good for you, Joe.
And enjoy your tea.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Charlie? Charlie? Well, Digger DeGorham arrived. You know, I was telling you about her, the famous archaeologist. She's here, and she's going to be doing some work. And I have a lot of equipment that I have to get ready for her. Do you know, Charlie, she carries a small little pick that you call a petiche. That's what she does her work with, her petiche. Well, bye, Charlie.
So Digger DeGorm is back in the neighborhood of make-believe with her petiche. Can you say that word? Petiche. Just a little kind of a rake. And she's going to the tea room with King Friday. There's a tea. We better go to the kitchen, clean up our bottles. I'm going to try one more time with the bottles. Just go down. Okay. Put the fruit juice back. There. Fun to pour, isn't it? Last one. There's our instrument. Do you keep your fruit juice in the refrigerator? Do you hear some music? Let's go out on the porch. I think maybe that might be the symphony rehearsing. Let's go see. I wonder if that's Mr. McDonald's playing. That could be the Meister singer. Let's listen and see. Boom, boom, that's it. Boom, 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 boom. Good. See them all playing together? Right down the block. And to think, The symphony's that near. We can hear it. Yep. Uh-oh. It's time for me to change and go. Yeah. Oh, boy, do I like to be with you. We get to play instruments, listen to symphonies, all sorts of things. But we'll be together tomorrow. Sure. Tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with the song. Oh, 2, 1, 2. Uh-oh, tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with a smile for you. Till then, I hope you're feeling happy. Till then, I hope your day is snappy. Tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow and be our day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. You always make it such a special day. You know how? By just your being you. There's only one person in the whole world like you, and I like you very much. Guess what I forgot? My bottle. Stay right there. I'm going to get it and take it to my neighbor. Always take back what I borrow. Yes, sir. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Production funds for this series were provided by a grant from the Sears Roebuck Foundation and by a children's program fund established by NET affiliated stations.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just exactly like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Down and up and down and up. How are you today? Oh, I'm so glad to see you. You know what I brought? Nothing in my hands. No. Something in my head. That's what I brought for you today. I've been thinking so much about tunnels that I brought you an idea. That's what's in my head for you. But I need some things to work on that idea. I need a blanket and 4 chairs. 5 things. A blanket and 4 chairs. Whole handful of things. Let's get the blanket first. I have one right over here. Now, where should we find the chairs? Okay. Find them here, find them here, find them right in the kitchen. See if you can guess what I'm doing. 2 more chairs. Now, with a blanket and 4 chairs, how would you make a tunnel? That's exactly what I want to do. Make a tunnel. Put it over. All right. Let's see. I'll crawl through and meet you on the other end, okay? It works. Yep. Now, let me see here. I have a truck. A play truck. Truck, I'd like you to go through the tunnel, please. Oh, tunnels go through all sorts of things. Mountains, underwater. Trolleys go through them. Trains. In you go, truck. Let's see if it got through. Did. There. Now through the other way, okay? We'll meet you at the other end. Boom, 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 boom. Forgot to see what was in here. Sometimes there's something in a truck. Flashlight. Let's look in the tunnel with a flashlight. It helps to see in dark places. I think it's time to go to the neighborhood of make-believe. Do you? Okay. Let's get our telescope and go. Come with me. Come with me. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I shouldn't do that. No, that might hurt a head. Let's see. It must be time for the trolley. Is it? Yep, there's Daniel's clock. There's the museum go round. And X's tree. And the factory. And the trolley. Trolley, we're looking for you. Where are you, trolley? How are you, trolley? Good? Let me hear from you. Are you good today? Good. Let me see if you can go right up to here. I want to try you. Great. Now back. Good. Now clear up to here. Little further. Good for you. Now back. Can you come back? Trolley, you're a great mover. Mm-hmm. How's Digger DeGorum doing? You know, that's a hard name to say. Digger DeGorum. How's Digger DeGorum doing in the neighborhood of make-believe? She's digging. Digging in the tunnels. Good. Okay, we'd like to go and see, wouldn't we? Trolley, we're with you. Right into the neighborhood of make-believe.
Stop, Trolley. We think we found the red monster.
Yeah, X will be right back with the petiche, Mr. Gorham.
Good work, Daniel.
Yeah.
Can you still see it?
Oh, yes, I can still see it. It looks like it's going on and off and on and off.
Perhaps it's a pulsating monster.
Oh, have you ever seen a monster, Mr. Gorham?
Well, no, I thought I did one time, but you know, then I found out I was just dreaming.
Oh, well, nobody in this neighborhood has ever seen one either.
Well, the king told us we had to find it, so we did.
That's right. Oh, here's X now.
Oh, hi. Here's your petition, Mr. Gorham.
Good work, Mr. Owl.
Good. There it is. How are things going?
Well, now we're going to see what this is all about.
Yeah. Do you think maybe I better come out?
I think perhaps we'd better, dear.
Boy, is it exciting. I'm going to fly up above it. Golly.
Yes, it is exciting.
Well, I'll come out too then.
You come up here with Mr. Owl. Because, you know, we must be very careful. Since nobody here has ever seen a monster before, we must be very, very careful.
Oh, do you think it'll hurt us?
Well, you never know. Now, you boys stand together. I'm going to go after this thing.
Well, you be careful too, Mr. Gorham.
Oh, I shall take every precaution.
What's that mean? Every precaution.
Well, that means that she's going to be careful.
Oh, good.
Now,
Golly, you watch out now. We're mighty fond of you.
oh, don't worry. Now, just let's take one more look.
Okay. See it?
Yes,
Seems to go on and off and on and off.
on and off.
Oh,
Now
golly.
to go and get it.
Oh, be careful now.
Yes, be careful.
Oh,
Nearly got
oh
it.
my.
Nearly got it.
Have you? Oh,
I've got it.
Oh, boy. Is it fighting
comes.
back?
Is it fighting you?
No.
No? Is it pulling at you?
No.
Oh,
What's it doing? Why are you laughing?
what is it?
It's nothing but a red flashlight.
Oh.
And to think that this is what has been frightening everyone.
Oh, my God. Just a red flashlight, X.
Just a red flash. Wait till I show this to King Friday.
I never saw one going on. Oh, wait till I tell Henrietta Pussycat. Will she ever be glad? She was so scared of him.
So there's really no such thing as a monster.
Yes, I guess they're just for dreams.
Boy, thanks for letting me help. Thanks
Well,
for letting me
Mr.
help
Owl,
here.
you were a very brave explorer.
Oh.
Thank you, thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, X.
Bye. See you later.
Oh, boy. To think it was just that flashlight.
Just a red
It
flash.
was a little scary for a minute or so, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it was scary for a little while. But now that we know what it isn't scary anymore.
Not anymore.
No,
We know it was a red flashlight all the time.
all the time.
Look at it going on and on.
Now, do you think I should go and show it to the king?
Yeah, I guess so right now. But don't forget to make an appointment, Mr. Gorham.
Oh, no, I always do forget these things. Thanks for reminding me.
Well, I guess we should let the trolley pass now, don't you?
Yes, maybe we should. Go on, Trolley, nothing to fear now.
Nothing to fear, trolley. Mr. Gorham, would you bring the light to me when you've finished with it?
Why, certainly, Daniel.
I'd like to show it to my friends who sometimes talk about monsters.
I
Then they can
think-
see what this one really was.
I think that's a very good idea.
Good.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, Mr. Gorham.
Yes, Paulificate? Good news. We've found the red monster. Shall I come and show it to the king? No, I don't have it in a cage. It was nothing but a red flashlight. Very well, I'll be there in a minute. Cheerio!
Digger de Gorham, I presume.
Correct as always, sire.
I understand that you have news for me.
News indeed, Your Majesty. We have discovered the red monster.
Where have you placed the red monster?
I brought it here for you to see.
You what? You've brought it here? I'll have none of that. Edgar, come and protect me.
Your Majesty, King Friday, there's nothing to protect.
But a monster. I certainly don't want to meet a monster.
Have you ever met a monster, Your Majesty?
No, and I don't wish to either, thank
King
you.
Friday.
Yes?
What would you call this?
Well, it's kind of a strange-looking on and off flashlight. Why do you ask me?
Because this, Your Majesty, is what everyone has been calling the red monster.
That?
This.
That flashlight?
Exactly.
Why, how I could even touch it. How
Exactly.
strange. How very strange.
Well, now we can show this to all the people and tell them that this is the nearest thing we ever came to seeing a monster.
Well, I must call my troops and have a meeting, yes. You mean to tell me that this is all the red monster really was?
This is all the red monster ever was.
Oh, my. Wait until Sarah Saturday hears about this.
Yes, I guess it's going to be a surprise for a great many people.
A surprise for many is right. Declare a holiday. Declare a feast. The monster has been captured. Fear not, fear not. No more monsters. You are invited to a royal celebration, Digger de Gorham.
Shall I go and tell all the other people of the neighborhood across the trolley tracks?
Of course you shall. There shall be general rejoicing. General rejoicing. Good for you, Digger de Gorham. So they have found what they thought was the red monster. Just a flashlight, sort of. You know, one that went on and off and on and off. X was going to fly back and tell Henrietta Pussycat, and Daniel wanted to have it for a souvenir. King Friday was even afraid to see it. But when he saw what it was, you see, that's all that it really was, a red monster flashlight. Now, I'll go right under my own tunnel once more and meet you at the other end, okay? I guess people just make things up like monsters, don't they? Yeah. I figured that it would be something like that, because they had asked everybody in this neighborhood and everybody in the neighborhood of Make-Believe. No one had seen a real one. Yep, I guess people just make them up. What do you do when you're angry? What do you do with the mad that you feel when you feel so mad you could bite? When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right. What do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag and see how fast you go? It's great to be able to stop when you've planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead and think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish, can stop, stop, stop anytime. And what a good feeling to feel like this and know that the feeling is really mine. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can. 'Cause a girl can be someday a lady, and a boy can be someday a man. You surely can, you ladies and gentlemen. Somebody knocking at our door. Bum, 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 bum. Chef Brockett.
Hi, Mr. Rogers.
What a
How
good
are you?
surprise.
I'm
Fine.
glad to see you.
Come on in. It's my tunnel, Chef Brockett.
Oh, I got some good news.
What?
Oh, I heard that the monster in the tunnel isn't even a monster at all. It was a red light blinking off and on. That's what I thought it was all the time. I
Really?
wasn't worried, sure.
What do you have? It looks like bread.
Oh, I have a surprise for you. I'm going to make it in the kitchen.
I'll follow you.
Okay, but we have to take the chairs.
Oh, that's
Here,
right.
you hold this.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll get a chair. You bring one too, okay?
All right. I'll bring a couple. Into the kitchen. In. Uh-oh. You strong Chef Brockett. You need something. A moon? Mm-hmm. What is it? Sounds like 8. Oh, a plate. Is that all right? Oh, some spreaders. Okay. You need all sorts of things like... Shh. I don't know. You gonna make a sandwich? Swimming? No. Down, like that. Tunnel. A tunnel sandwich. Great. Tunnel sandwich. Never heard of a tunnel sandwich. Piece on the bottom. Peanut butter on the ones on the side. So it'll stick together. Oh, yeah.
You can go like this.
You're allowed to.
Yeah. Shh. Or shh, 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 when you're decorating a cake.
Yeah.
Shh.
Shh. Do you have to be quiet in your kitchen? Hey, that does look like a tunnel. Let me look right through, all right? What are you going to put inside? Jelly. Oh boy, how in the world would you eat that? Yes? Oh, you take off the roof and save it for another sandwich. Oh, and press that down. Put more jelly on. Uh-huh. Something to drink? All right. Good. You like milk? Enough? I'll take the same amount as you have. You? Big? Little? When you were little? You cried? You wanted it. You cried for milk. I like it myself now. I want some of the sandwich. May I? Thank you. That's good, Chef Brockett. You know, I have a hard time not talking when I have... Not supposed to talk when you eat, I know. Never in the kitchen. Tunnel sandwich. It's sticky. Sticky in your mouth. Beard. King Friday. Think he'd like it? He'd get it all over his beard. I like that. You have lots of bread. You're gonna make them for somebody else? You're a chef. Sure. Lots of chefs. Oh, do you meet with them? Where are you going? You're throwing something. Bowling. You're going to go bowling. Oh, with all the other chefs. You'll make them sandwiches there. Oh, sure, I'll clean up. Thank you for coming, Chef Brock. Stay longer next time, okay? Bye. It's so hard to be quiet in the kitchen, isn't it? Always feel like I can't talk after he's been here a little while. I'll take those home with me and make a sandwich at home. Clean these off first. Oh, things are happier in the neighborhood of make-believe. Just dry them off, so they'll be ready for the next time. And I hope Chef Brockett will come again soon. Do you ever go like that when you go out to the kitchen and think of Chef Brockett? Oh, I was in a house the other day. There were 2 children there, and we just went out to the kitchen to get a glass of milk. And as soon as I walked into the kitchen, one of them said to me, "Shh." They had remembered, sure. Uh-oh. It's time to go. Don't our visits go quickly? Well, they'll dry. I'll take these with me. Come on. We'll talk about tomorrow. What should we do tomorrow? Oh, I don't think it really matters, does it? Just so long as we're together. I'll be thinking about you tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with a song. Or 2, 1, 2. Tomorrow, tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with a smile for you. Till then, I hope you're feeling happy. Till then, I hope your day is snappy. Tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow and be our day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. You always make each day such a special day, and each week a special week, by just your being you. You're a very special person. I like you just exactly the way you are. There's nobody else like you. No, you're the only one. Bye. Have a good weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye.
Production funds for this series were provided by a grant from the Sears Roebuck Foundation and by a children's program fund established by NET affiliated stations.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.
Hello everyone, I'm Trihex. You might know me as your favorite Twitch emote, Tryhard. You might know me for speedrunning the best game of all time, Yoshi's Island. And occasionally Mario Maker as well. As a kid, I was a huge fan of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That show taught me the value of compassion and sharing, and I think it carried over into me being a humbled adult. As an adult, though, I became a fan of the person, Mr. Fred Rogers, because I witnessed the footage of his testimony whenever PBS was under the threat of having its budget halved back in 1969. Like, it brought me to tears to watch him just, like, convey the importance of children's programming and their upbringing. So I urge you today, please consider donating to your local public broadcasting station. Look below the stream for the links. Let's give this current generation access to the same great television we all do.
Right up here it says greetings. That's a royal word for hello. Let's take all of this to the kitchen. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine, please? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? How are you? Oh, I thought about you the whole weekend long. Have you had a good one? Did you see the rocking chair I brought in today? I borrowed it from a lovely lady. She said I could show it to you. It's a children's rocker. Soon as I get my shoes on. How are you coming with your tying? Takes a while to make those bows, you know. That's the little one, but I have another big one here to show you first. This is called a stationary rocker. You see, this part stays still. It stays stationary, while this part rocks. See? Stationary rocker. And then this one, let me get my shoes out of the way here so you can see it well. This one, the whole thing rocks. See? There's no stationary part down here. No, the whole thing rocks. I think I'll sit on the stationary rocker because it's my size. Rockers are good for rocking babies, aren't they? Oh, rocking all sorts of people, but rocking babies in a rocker. Did you ever have a baby come to your house to stay? When the baby comes, your mom is so busy with the baby, doing all sorts of things for it. You just wonder what you're going to do. And sometimes you think, maybe I'll just be like the baby myself and act like the baby. But then after a bit, you think, nope. There are lots of things that I can do that the baby can't do. So I think maybe I'll just act my own age. And so you do. When a baby comes to your house, it's a girl or it's a boy. It's a sister or a brother, but it's never just a toy. It can cry and it can holler. It can wet and it can coo, but there's one thing it can never be like you. You were there before the baby, now the baby's always there. Now you wait for special moments with your mother in the chair. You're a very special person. You are special to your mom. And your dad begins to say, you'll always be the older one. It's so good to know that always there's a special place for you and a special place for baby right inside the family too. You've a place that no one else has. There is only one like you. Only one in your family like you. Only one in the whole world like you. Right. I brought these to show you, too. These are little strips of wood, of bamboo. And these strips are used to make backs and seats of a chair like this, woven in and out and in and out. I know a grandfather by the name of Mr. Dennis, who lives down the street and around the corner, who does this kind of work on chairs. He repairs them and he makes new seats for them. I wondered if you'd like to come with me to visit him today. would you? Why don't we go together? All right? Stay near me. We'll just ask him about his work, and then we'll come back here afterwards. Okay? Come along. Hi, Mr. Dennis.
Good morning, Mr. Rogers.
How are you,
Nice to
sir?
see you.
Good to see you. Working on a new chair?
Yeah, I was just about to start this one, actually. Of course, first I had to strip out the old seat, you know.
Yes.
Once I get rid of that, I'm ready to start. But in order to start, I have to determine which is the center hole here and which is the center hole in back. If I don't do that, you see, the strands won't run straight across the chair.
I see.
So
Well, how
now-
do you do that?
Well, I count them up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So in order to get halfway, we have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes on each side. Then that would bring us to our center hole.
Good. Oh, you got to know how to count first before you can cane,
yes,
don't you?
Yes. And then we do the same thing in the front here, and that would bring us to our center hole here.
See?
Well, now having determined that, I can start with a strand of cane. You see, we have these pegs to hold the cane with as we work along. And it's important with the cane that you hold the glossy side up. You see, the other side is dull.
Oh, yeah.
And so we always keep this glossy side up.
Is that cane sort of like wood?
No, it's very similar to bamboo. It's a substance called rattan, which is found in the Philippine Islands and some other Asian areas. So we peg it at this point and begin. Now, what we're going to do is work from this center point over to one side.
See?
And once we've completed that, we'll go back to the other side. Peg it again at that point.
Then do you cut it off or keep going?
No, we just keep going until we exhaust this particular length of cane, and then we'll tie it into another. But we just go along with this process, moving this peg each time to hold it in place. These holes are a bit tricky to come up through because there's a rung right underneath. Some chairs are made that way, and they're a little more difficult to cane than some others.
Did you ever do this when you were a boy, Mr. Dennis?
Oh, yes, yes. As a matter of fact, my father taught me to cane originally. He used to do a good deal of it. And my first experience, I think I was 6 or 7 years old, and there was a circus in New Bedford, and I wanted badly to go. And of course, my mother had planned to take me anyway. But my father told me that if I would cane a chair under his instruction, that he would pay my fare and I could go to the circus. Well, of course, I was delighted, and I don't recall now how much of that chair I actually did, but he showed me at that time most of the basic steps. There was then, of course, many years after that I actually did any real caning, you know.
Yes.
But that was my introduction to caning. Yes, I think I was perhaps 6 or 7 years old at that time.
Oh, that's the best introduction you could have. To be able to do something fun like that with your dad.
Yes, yes, indeed. It was a very rewarding experience, and I'm glad now that he took the time to do that.
Now that you've finished all of the, what do you call these?
These are the vertical.
Vertical means up and down.
Right.
Okay.
And then we have to put in a set of horizontal ones. And they will go across in the opposite way in order to form right angles with these, and thus we'll create some squares on which to do our actual weaving later.
I see.
We start that, and it's very similar. In fact, it's practically identical, excepting that it's going in the opposite direction. Again, we use the pegs to hold the material in place as we work along.
Horizontal.
The horizontal strands, yes.
Vertical is up and down, and horizontal is over and back. When you're lying in bed, you're horizontal, right? When you're standing up, you're vertical.
Well, you can see now that we're beginning to establish a pattern of squares on which we're later going to weave the seat. Now,
this is a square.
Yes.
And this is a square. All kinds of little squares. Now, what will you do after all of this is squares?
Well, perhaps I can show you best by showing you a chair that's completed here, and which I did some time ago. And here, this is the process upon which I'm now working, you see.
Yes.
I've established the vertical, and I'm working on the horizontal.
Yeah.
Once we do that, we go over and repeat those two processes in an identical manner, you see. That gives us a very strong framework, you see, of two strands in each case.
But it looks to me as if there's some going this way.
Yes. Well, those are the diagonals.
Diagonal.
The diagonals, yes. You see, they run at about 45 degrees as compared with the framework of the chair. Yes, we start those in one corner, and we bring the strand down over one set and up over another. And we keep doing that until we go all the way across the chair.
That's really weaving then, like this, isn't it?
That is a weaving process, yes, as compared with the framework process which we saw earlier.
Which was just on top of each other.
Yes, there was no weaving involved there. This is weaving because you're entwining one strand with another. And when you get one set of diagonals woven, then you weave another set at 45 degrees to that. That, you see, gives you a pattern which appears to be hexagonal, but actually it's octagonal. It has 8 sides. A hexagon, of course, has only 6 sides. But if you look at it carefully, you can see there are actually 8, although 2 of the sides are very short ones, you see. But that gives us our pattern, and that's what makes, for most people, the beauty of a cane seat.
And it's very strong.
Very, very strong, and lasts many, many years.
Gee, that's wonderful craft. And to think that your dad was the first one to show you.
Well, I'm glad he did, because I enjoyed doing it.
Well, I'm sure you do. You want to continue on this one? I think this... Because I'd like to come back another time and see it when it's finished.
Yes? All right, fine.
Thanks, Mr. Dennis. I'll get back to my place. I know you have lots to do.
Well, it's been nice to see you and talk with you, Mr.
Good to be
Rogers.
with you.
I
See
hope
you
you come
again.
by again.
You bet I will. Mr. Dennis, isn't he a great man? You know what Mr. Dennis did one time? He went to an island and he just checked all the flowers on the island, all the different kinds of plants, and he put them all down in a file. He loves growing things, and he likes to make his reeds into beautiful chairs too. Someday I'll just go back and see when he's finished with that chair that he started, and I'll bring it and show it to you too. Do you remember the one that went across? Horizontal, just like the horizon, where the sky meets the land. Horizontal. And what about vertical? Up and down. I think I will go horizontal for just a moment. See if I can on this swing. Now I'm horizontal. See? Now, are you ready for me to go vertical? Are you? That means standing up. All right, from the horizontal to the vertical. Oh, Just dawned on me it must be time for the trolley. Let's go in and see. It is. Look, trolley. How in the world are you? Gee, I'm glad to see you. Things good in the neighborhood of make-believe? Good. Well, let's go right in then and see what's going on this week in make-believe. In we go.
Hey, Lady Evelyn, how are you?
Hey, Daniel Tiger. Ugga mugga mugga mugga.
What's that mean?
Oh, just made it up.
You like to play noses?
Yes.
You know what tigers call it when they do it?
What?
Snoot to snoot.
Snoot to snoot?
Mm-hmm. Do people call it nose to nose?
I guess, yes. That's what we have.
Oh, boy. That's a lot nicer than being scared about monsters, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Is that all over now?
Oh, yeah. We had a week of that last week.
It must have been terrible for you.
Well, I was with Digger DeGorham when she actually found the red monster.
You were?
Yes, right at the tunnel.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, I had my pith helmet on.
Yeah?
And I was brave.
Oh, I know you were.
And I was scared.
You were.
And X was there. And there was this thing right in the tunnel, and it was going on and off and on and off. And everybody thought, oh, it must be a monster.
And it wasn't a monster.
Well, no, it was, would you like to see it?
Yes, you have it here.
Oh, sure. Digger DeGorham brought it to me because I wanted to show it to all my friends. Just a minute.
Yes, let me see. Oh.
See how it goes on and off?
Oh, yes, it does look scary.
Mm-hmm. See, it goes on and off and on
and off
and on
and off
and on
and off
and on.
Yes.
There it is.
Wow.
An on and off red light.
Well,
So-
I think it's very brave of you to have gone with Digger.
Well, she reached in with her patiche, and she just pulled it out by that handle there. And guess what she did when she got it out?
What?
She laughed.
Did she? Oh, she's not afraid of anything, is she?
Well, it seems not.
Well, I'm certainly glad she's around.
Oh, yes, so am I. She really helped.
Yeah. Well, where is she now?
As I think the last time I saw her, she was over at the factory.
She is?
Yes. You see, Corny is making one of his rocking chairs for her because she had told him that she always wanted one that he made.
Oh, yes, he makes nice rocking
He
chairs.
sure does.
On, off, on, off.
Now there's this model, and it's called the regular rocket.
Oh, that's lovely. I have one just like this. It's the one Mother used to use to rock us in when we were children.
Yes, well, rocking chairs are good for that. Now, wait a minute. I've got to show you the stationary rocker. Okay?
Yes, I'll wait.
I'll get it now. Down on my elevator. And up we come with the stationary rocker.
Let me see. Oh, that's a beauty. Do you know, in England they call these platform rockers.
Oh, well, I guess it's like having a chair on a platform, isn't it?
Oh, I like that so much, Corny.
Do you?
You really do beautiful work.
Well, I like my work. Chairs, that's what I make. I make all sorts of chairs. It's sort of like making laps for people to sit in.
What a lovely sentiment. Laps for people to sit in.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Good.
I think you're right, you know. I think you're scientifically correct.
Well, good. Don't you sometimes feel when you sit down that you're not just sitting in a chair, but you're sitting in someone's lap?
Well, I don't know that I've thought of that too often. But you people around this neighborhood do make me think of lots of things.
Oh, I'm glad of that, 'cause I'm somebody who likes to make things myself. I'm a man who manufactures chairs. I'm a man who manufactures manufactures chairs and everywheres. I'm a man who manufactures.
Lovely, lovely, Corny, lovely. You're a
glad-
clever singer, too.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that noise? That's the telecan.
What on earth is it? What shall I do?
Well, you'd better answer it. It's that phone over there. It may be the king.
Yes, Paulificate? Did you say Alaska? Wonderful. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. What's the assignment? Tunnels? Oh, glorious. Pull car, pull car. Yes, I'll be right over in 1 minute. Thank you. Cheerio. Corny, they
Yes?
want me to leave for Alaska immediately.
Oh, do they think they've got a monster there, too?
No monsters, just some tunnels they want me to explore. So I'm afraid I must go off right away.
Well, what about your chair?
Oh, how wretched of me. Of course I mustn't forget my chair.
Well, I fixed it up for you while you were talking there. I hope you like it.
Oh, that's beautiful with my initials.
That's right.
D for Digger de Gorham.
That's right. D.D. Digger de Gorham. We'll
Oh.
have a good trip, Digger de
Go,
Gorham.
Corny, you are so thoughtful. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Digger de Gorham, I hear you're going to Alaska.
Yes, how did you find out?
Well, first I was visiting Daniel at the clock, and then I went over to the castle, and Miss Prolifica told me.
Yes, I'm afraid I have to leave right away. They want me in Alaska immediately.
Well, I understand that. Listen, I
Did
can't...
you see what Corny made for me?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? With
Yes.
my initials, D.D. for Digger de Gorham.
Yes, that's lovely. I do want to give you this. This is from all the people in this neighborhood in recognition of your fine and brave services as regarded that monster.
Lovely.
Listen.
A lovely tartan. And this will be so warm when I go to Alaska.
Oh, I hope so. I'm going to get your bags now.
Thank you very much, dear.
Right.
Thank you.
Digger de Gorham, I presume?
Correct as always, sire.
You have rendered this country a great service. We understand that you are going to Alaska.
Yes, sire. I must go off to Alaska immediately.
We-
I'm sorry to be leaving you all, but I must go.
Yes, well, we have our regrets too, but we also have our citations. Lady Aberlone?
Yes, Uncle Friday,
Yes,
coming.
do you have the citation?
Yes, I do.
Will you kindly place it on Digger de Gorham, who has rendered us such a service? In recognition for your great service in discovering that there are no monsters, we should like to place on you this citation.
Oh, that is beautiful, King Friday.
From your Honorable King, Friday the 13th.
But you know, being here is treat enough for me. You have all been so kind and so sweet to me.
When we have another digging job to be done, it's you whom we shall call Digger de Gorham.
Thank you indeed, sire.
Exactly, you're what all countries need, a good digger. And now, in parting, I say, Wale Magistra.
Wale Rex. Wale Rex.
Wale, don't forget her suitcase.
Oh,
Lady
no.
And
Aberlone.
gratias tibi ago.
I brought the funny red monster with me to wave goodbye.
Oh, very good, Daniel.
Here's your suitcase,
Thank
Digger
you,
de
dear.
Gorham.
And goodbye.
Farewell,
Wale.
Alaska.
Farewell.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good trip.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Farewell, Magistra. Wale Magistra. Wale, Digger de Gorham. Wale, that means goodbye. Can you say it? Wale. So Digger de Gorham's off to Alaska. She really was a help to the neighborhood of make-believe, wasn't she? She and her digging, and Corny gave her a rocking chair. And what else did the people give her in the neighborhood of make-believe? That nice warm blanket to put around her shoulders to keep her warm in Alaska. And King Friday, a great big medal for her to take to remember. Corny called his rocker a stationary rocker. But she said they're sometimes called platform rockers in England. And then they said it was something like sitting in a lap, sitting in a chair. Do you ever think that? Sure. Most of us have a special place to sit and a special place to be. It's so good to know that always there's a special place for you and a special place for baby right inside the family too. You've a place that no one else has. There is only one like you. So often I look at people and I think, how can everybody be so different? Even twins are different. Oh, they might look alike, but underneath, everybody feels differently. Yeah. Only one like you. I've got to get off to work. I've enjoyed our visit today. Have you? But we'll be together. You know when? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with a song or two. 1, 2. Tomorrow, tomorrow. We'll start the day tomorrow with a smile for you. Sure. Till then, I hope you're feeling happy. Till then, I hope your day is snappy. Tomorrow, tomorrow, it soon will be tomorrow and be our day. We will say a very happy tomorrow to you. You sure make it a special day. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Production funds for this series were provided by a grant from the Sears Roebuck Foundation and by a children's program fund established by NET affiliated stations.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.